Hey guys, we're back with Fake Grand Order. Last time everything went terribly wrong. Oh, I knew to do the Valentine Day event. I forgot about this. Hold on, how many days do I have left? Hold on, we're getting sidetracked. Oh, I got plenty of time. Shut up, Johanna. Or is it Johanna? It might be Johanna. But this is the secret to Valentine's Day event. Nobody tells you this. You can wait an extra week to do all the chocolate giving. I've just been doing it like gradually. Yeah, done about half the females, none of the males. I got time. Okay. Anyway, everything went terrible. We're going to the 4th underworld now. And just like third one, we got a super long arrow in the beginning. I just uploaded that today. Well, the Duzumid one. I split that one into 3 videos. Why is that one? Like, why is that lore one not a separate chapter? Like, already super long, could easily be one. 4th underworld, Yaya Hukui. Like, I swear Nasu just likes making these chapters long. We passed the Mictlan Observatory in the 7th stratum and will soon be entering the 8th. Took us 6 hours to reach the 3rd underworld boundary in the 6th stratum of the shadow border. We're gonna have to walk the rest of the way, but... Oh, we got a ride. King of Dinosaurs gave me a job to do. I'm gonna see it done. Be way faster if I carry you through the jungle. You threw away practically nothing. Is he gonna come all the way with us or just to the 8th stratum? You're giving us a wonderfully steady ride, Wakchan. Even at this speed, we're not gonna get jostled at all. Like your legs and your torso, completely separate beings. Just a pure ride and comfort, you even surpassed the Sphinx. That's a weird compliment. Thank you, Wakchan. I don't care how he does it. Yeah, thank me after we've made it to your destination. Even I'm scared of what's up ahead. It's very fortunate you're still in Chicken Itza, Wakchan. I was concerned. Why are we so close up on him? I was concerned that Kaldea would lack transportation for the operation, but that's no longer a problem. On a related note, how are you doing back there, Da Vinci? Why couldn't we take the shadow border this far? Like, too many trees and stuff? Did it say? Yeah. Or can we not get it past the 3rd underworld? Oh no, that's where they're in the shadow border. Right, Kadak and Okay. So I can't provide the same stability as Wakchan. At least I think they are. They're in some vehicle. Look, it's been like a week, okay? I remember what they're doing generally. I can at least float and glide a little bit. Are you kidding? Having the time of my life. I didn't know your feathered arms could also work as wings. They're mainly to stabilize my posture, but yes, they do. I used the spell Professor taught me. Might even be able to fly like Doomer did. Anyway, know the 7 of us: Horsey, Mashu, Nidochris, Da Vinci, Wakchan, myself, and Habitat in our base state. Making our way to the bottom stratum as quickly as we can go. But do you happen to have any questions about the 8th stratum, the final level of the underworld, before we arrive? No, I think we're good. We can just skip this arrow. That nobody can get in there most of the time. Didn't they say no one's ever come back from it? There are a few legends passed down orally among Chicken Itza's priests. The 4th level of the underworld is known as Yaya Hukui, the Black Line, the range of underground mountains devoid of sunlight. Said to be covered by a steep mountain range, although those mountains are actually hollow, there's another mountain range inside them. It's essentially a cavern which contains an underground mountain range entirely devoid of sunlight. There's also that terrible bat Kamazotz's nest. They suggest that makes him the 4th underworld's guardian. We're gonna fight the vampire bat? Oh man, if only Lady Koken were here too. Who Koken? Wakchan, you know that Koken would never fight Mictlan's own denizen. In fact, she's probably far more likely to attack Kaldea at this point. Be careful not to greet her casually if you should happen to see her. She'll probably chop the people on your back right in half, and you along with them. Oh man, really? That does sound like her. If every Lady Koken decides something's threatening Mictlan's peace, she wastes no time obliterating it. Like unintelligent Danos. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't like this. You can dodge 1 or 2 of our attacks. After that, it'll be up to you guys to figure out what to do. Are you okay with fighting Koken? No law that says we can't defy our God. Since people and God are both living creatures. All that matters is whether or not you can get along, whether or not your goals align. Lady Kukulkan wants to protect Mictlan. You guys want to save your world. Figure both of you are right, so I'm gonna help the side I can. Oh, but you have to let me think about it if Lady Kukulkan asks me to join her side. Oh, hope she doesn't do that. She'll never do that though. Teaching that the sun's whole thing is letting us roam free rather than tying us down. I see. Kukulkan's not a dominant father figure, but a watchful mother figure. I always knew this Lost World's king would end up being our enemy. It still sucks knowing how naturally big-hearted she is. Big-hearted? Sure you don't mean big-muscled? Yeah. Certainly need to watch out for Kukulkan. Should also be wary of U-Olga Maria. Aw, oh, dude, come on. She's gonna help us out. There's a very good chance that she and Rasputin are moving to a quiet orc for their own ends as well. So our ultimate obstacles are Kukulkan and the foreign god. Yep. Right now, our most pressing concerns are whether Kadok's team succeeds with their assault in our attempt to cross the 4th underworld border. We're going to focus on the latter, so we're counting on you to back up Kadok's team, Sion. Remember when we thought Sion might get to do something? Sorry, I can't help you. Oh, hey. Firstly, you still haven't made it through the 3rd underworld border, which would normally make it completely impossible for you to act freely. I'm only allowing you to do that here as a favor to Horsey. Second, David the Cryptor's already made it through here, so I have no right to touch him. And third, I still have to find Dumuzid. No telling what he might be up to if left to his own devices. Is Dumuzid gonna be plot relevant? So you're saying we have to take down David all on our own. Probably test Cuddlepoka too, so we'll most likely be accompanying him. Ereshkigal, you're useless. Wait, does it still call her? Oh, okay, yeah, no. Yes, still I'm not completely heartless. As soon as the Cryptor arrives here, I'll inform you of his route, so you can pick a perfect spot to ambush him. Cryptor or not, he's still only human. Even Tezcatlipoca's vessel is a human body, not a spirit origin. You should be able to win as long as you go in properly prepared. Good luck. Yeah, we just kill them all here. And we don't get a final showdown with them. We just Kadok deals with them. I'd actually love that, but it's been an hour since then. Horsey's group must be in the 7th stratum by now. Good thing we managed to get here before David. Never been so happy to have access to a big car and a top tier driver. Still can't believe how quickly you got us through that. Actually, you know what I was just saying about how, why isn't that its own chapter? Why are we doing the Kadok thing in the same chapter as the underworld? Could have just split these two up, unless like there's a reason that they're happening simultaneously, but you're telling me. Now remind me if you would. What in the world am I doing on the assault team, Zamlopis? Couldn't you have chosen Minier to drive you instead? That's what I thought last time. Remember, Your Excellency, Lord Minier's wounds still aren't fully healed. Yeah. If you were to start bleeding from his forehead while driving through the jungle, we'd all be dead in no time. You're a racer, so you surely understand the danger of getting sweat in your eyes while driving a dangerous course. Give him a headband. Just had to go right for my pride, didn't you? Very well then, I'm gonna take the navigators. Who could I trust to wipe the sweat from my brow? By me, of course. Oh no, he's dead. Be honored to use these big, soft, rabbit ear pom-pom. Yeah, of course. Pom-poms to gently, delicately wipe the sweat from your forehead, Your Excellency. And I contract you to be my exclusive navigator for the whole season. It's giving me chills just listening to her playing like a. It's Goredolf has yet to learn his lesson. Hey, if you're out to wreck your life, I'm not gonna stop you. At least wait till we're back on the surface, though. Skaya, have you heard from Ereshkigal yet? Just now, in fact. Lord David is proceeding along the route we expected. Here you go. Gripes, they're moving dang quickly, too. We'll never catch them here. Still. Seems your time is finally up, David Semvoid. About 20 kilometers from our intercept point. You can get us there quick as a wink. Ready to eat the dust on my record-breaking lap time. Hang on, I want to shift the intercept point to here. Should wait to ambush them in the middle of the desert. You can get us there in 10 minutes, right? Sky and I will take it from there. I'm going to set up as many explosives and beast traps as possible, so I'll need your merchandise. Of course, just leave it to me. All these claymores and C2 explosives, not even a rat. No, not so much as a bug will get past us. More than happy to pay them back for what they did to Chicken Itza. With interest. Alright, fasten your seatbelts, because I'm about to kick this baby to high gear. Let's go set the perfect trap. You would think Guy would say, you know, what they did to her, given, you know, they beat her to a pulp. But I guess this guy getting beat up is, you know, that's average Lost Belt experience. By the way, Kadak, notice you're researching something in the Storm Orders library. Did you find what you're looking for? He's like, Lost Belt 3, you know, she got tortured. Lost Belt 4, well, she was hitchhiking. You know, that counts. She was almost killed. Olympus, we beat her up. Lost Belt 6, she got Albion, or... No, she got Cerninos to do. And then Tunguska, you know, I think we beat her up there. Still haven't finished it. I need to go finish it. I'm on the last 2 sections. Did you find what you were looking for? Yeah. Checked on all your record that I think has to do with David's past. Ooh. It did? Dang it, man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Can't focus on what you're saying while I'm driving. No big deal. Knowing this information earlier wouldn't have made a difference. I did see him. He has a craft essence in the shop now. It has a weird shadow. I don't know what's up with that. I didn't mention it at the briefing because I knew it would only get a and at best. But I guess now's as good as time as any to share. David Semvoid. You ever wanted to know how he became the Maverick of the Clock Tower? Today's your lucky day. Oh boy. Flashback. There are 3 major factions in the Majors Association. Egypt's Atlas Institute, the North's Wandering Sea, and London's Clock Tower. The biggest one, London's Clock Tower. It's so big it's basically synonymous with the association. Anyway, Clock Tower is divided into 13 departments. Mistyle, Salonia, Evocation, Kisher, Chimera, Brishnan, Yumina, Estromancy, Balue, Jigmarie, Melustea, Policies, and the newest one established 200 years ago, Norwich. So, you know, obviously, you know, you got Astromancy, you know, which is the stars, Policies, you know, they go over policies, then all this nonsense. And Norwich, of course, which they just studied the city of Norwich. Chaldea was founded by the Lord of Astromancy, Marisbury Animusby. Actually, that means most of Chaldea's mages, but 80% of them came from Astromancy. That's where Kishtarya's from, right? The other 20% were scouted. Kishtarya, Team A's leader, was obviously a young Astromancy genius. But David, who was said to be just as brilliant as Kishtarya, came from the Brishsan department. What do they do? Department which studies mythology and performs reconstructions. They have a lot of dealings with servants too. Don't make me laugh. Makes my mustache quiver. You have something to say, driver? You should think the same thing at first. I swear this whole problem with amateurs. Yeah, like, servants are not like a, well, they wouldn't even be called servants, but like heroic spirits are not like a common thing that just, you know. Listen, servants are familiars with spirit bodies, which puts them under the evocation jurisdiction. Really? Do they show up outside Grail Wars? Are they common occurrences? Meanwhile, the Clock Tower's Dean, who is also the Lord of Brishsan, categorized Brishsan as the department which studies non-human creatures like angels and... Obviously, neither of those have anything to do with the mythology or hero. What about aliens? Oh my, if your mustache quivering bothers you so much, perhaps I should shave it off for you. Do angels exist in the Nasuverse? I don't think we've ever seen an angel. We? Shouldn't researching angels and demons also involve servants? Since they're all mythological phenomena? Like, and have we ever seen like a... Oh, when I hear demon, like a... Demon, like, you know, from like a Christianity-esque, you know, perspective. Like, we've seen like stuff like Oni, which are like, you know, demon-esque, and then like... Does Mephistopheles count? But he's fictional. I know that because that was directly mentioned in the latest event. For example, the divine spirit that served as my own point of reference came from the Kochiki. You're mistaken, Koganskaya. Selene, yeah, all those. All deal with mythologies from around the world too. They're considered part of the shared laws and disciplines that humanity's built up over the course of history. So for mages, the angels and demons that show up in the various mythologies are all just a normal part of life. The Mages Association takes that a step further by treating all of human history as a single legend, which then helps cultivate. The association sees myths as a facet of common knowledge rather than as something worth devoting an entire department to study. The only thing the association would rather accept as a true legend is something beyond the bounds of that common knowledge. His Brishsan doesn't deal with the matters from Earth. deals with out-of-place artifacts steeped in unknown laws, so aliens. Can found scattered all over Earth since ancient times, but never spoken of in any mythology. Even in the Magecraft world, where angels and demons are just a fact of life, there's some that are considered taboo because they're all threats to all of humankind. It's Brishon's job to discover, study, and store these kinds of threats. The other departments contribute to humankind in a different way, but Brishon is focused on keeping inhuman things away from him. Part of that is because the Lord of Brishon is also the Dean of the Clock Tower. No mage born in the AD era who knows anything about modern civilization can handle. Indeed, the Dean also has a select group of elites that report directly to him. I say elites, in truth they're anything but. Do we know the Dean's name? Is that like a known character? Any who join can never move up. They're little more than slaves who spend their lives working to understand extraterrestrial threats. Suffice to say, it's not easy to quit that department, which is why we assume Animusphere recruited David directly. Then other Lord negotiating personally, or even the Dean couldn't have denied the request. Actually, Animusphere had nothing to do with it. They made it sound like he had been banished. Truth is, he left voluntarily. Her director Marisbury did personally invite him. It was ultimately his choice to leave Brishon and join Count Dea. So he essentially sold himself to Count. Okay, sorry, I cut it just there. Assuming he went back over his records before he left Brishon then. I hate saying that. They were in the database, right? Yeah, all 8 years he spent in Brishon. There's not a single record of him before that. Huh. So you think they were like studying an alien artifact and it woke up and it's like, yo, I'm David. No mention of him in Brishon or Astromancy. Whenever a new student enrolls in the clock tower, there's always an entry for them made in Mistell's database. There wasn't anything on him in that one either. All we know is that David was a genius who suddenly showed up at the clock tower when he was 10 years old. Might have been able to find out more if Policy's database had been shared with the border. Is he only 18? That would never ever happen. Policies is, well, I guess 18 plus like 3 or 4. Policies is also the clock tower's internal investigations agency. Giving outsiders such sensitive information could lead to all the clock tower's scandals becoming public knowledge. Oh my, so that's what you were up to back when you were in Policy, Your Excellency. So you held your fellow mages pass over their head in ways that more skirted the law than followed it. Am I correct? You're saying, Doc? Right. At that point, stopped trying to investigate David's past and started looking through all of Brishon's records. It wasn't easy, since each day's records were individually locked down. Normally, I've never even been able to sift through all of them on my own. But luckily, I know exactly which year to check. With Cian's help, I eventually found it. There's a file from July 2006 that was just titled Record 5 Minutes. I don't think if anything happened in the Nasuverse in 2006. Next Day Night was 2004. So this is after the the Fuyuki Girl War with, you know, Solomon and stuff. Fortunately, I wasn't able to decrypt the file's contents. Actually, it'd be more accurate to say that the file contained nothing noteworthy at all. 5 minutes. But on the same day, a strange and inexplicable incident happened in a neighboring college town. That day, every single spell in London suddenly stopped working. Of course, pretty much everyone noticed the abnormality, so it wasn't long before it was fixed. The mages figured they must have made a mistake in their spells, that it wasn't worth reporting. As a result, the incident was never made public. Nobody at the Institute was ever held responsible. But sure, I would have recognized this as a major incident if I had been there at the time. Sure you would have, Goredolf. Since so many people never knew about it, does that mean it happened in the dead of night or something? Your Excellency, do kindly shut up. This record 5 minutes file from Brishon is dated the same as the incident when every spell in London stopped? That's right. What happened was, an angel record was exposed in the prep room for one of Brishon's faculty. Real world time was only exposed for 0.2 seconds. That was thought to have been enough to shut down all of the clock tower's spells. No record of who that room belonged to anywhere. Again, from every document, from the mind of every person who could have known, there's just no way to look it up. My guess is that the only one who might still remember it is the Dean. At any rate, whoever caused such incredible damage to every mage in the clock tower, even if only for a moment, became quite literally non-existent. However, records of that incident state that there was a single survivor in the prep room. Given the situation, he was almost certainly that teacher's son. He's 10 years old at this time, so he soon went missing as well. But he was soon. 3 months later, on the dean's personal recommendation, a boy genius with no prior record suddenly showed up in Bridgestone. Okay, so they're covering it up. He got exposed to angel relic energy. Angel being some kind of alien thing. And then... okay. So you probably guessed that was David Semvoid. The register didn't list his actual age, but physically, it said he looked to be about 10 years old. So my take is this. The boy who lost his father to the angel relic must be David. I see. So as a boy, he lost both his father and proof of his lineage. Although, this angel relic, isn't it one of those dangerous artifacts that'll drive you mad just by looking at it? According to one part of their theory, those artifacts will vaporize your brain before transmitting a signal to the beings that drop them off on Earth. That would mean that, ever since then, David Semvoid has been... I see. I understand. Have we talked about angels at all in the Nasuverse before? Because I can't think of any references. David Semvoid was omitted because his way of thinking and living never belonged with humanity in the first place. Those are some of the last words Lord Krishtaria wrote about him, right? So if he's not part of humankind, must be one of the Forniat subordinates bent on taking over Earth. Goredolf, you're, well, sorry, that's all the time I have to talk. Reach the intercept point. Well, I mean, that's not really, that's plausible. Because if we just read angel as alien, right? Some alien dropped off an artifact. David got exposed to its magic. Maybe? Like, he could even be, like... with the Olga Marie theory, right? That she's being, like, possessed by something. I mean, it could be the same thing with him, even. Get the Shadow Border's engine and set it to camouflage mode over by those sand dunes. Let's go, Gorenskaya. You need to set enough landmines across a 500-meter radius to make this place a hell on Earth. Oh, that's the end of it? Yeah. Yeah, I cut the video so I don't know how far in we are. I was going to do one more though, and that's probably enough so I can do the rest of it. Yeah, okay, this is actually perfect. I assume we're going to wrap up with this, with, like, you know, the Kadak bit, this arrow. Then we can do all the cameras, that stuff next arrow. Why is this not a separate chapter? Nasu, why? Like, what about this is supposed to be called Fourth Underworld HorseyEatYou? A sandstorm. That wasn't there before. That's sort of promised victory. Hold on, turn the volume up. I think it is, right? Is this you were doing, Tezcatlipoca? How's that supposed to mean? Think I'm behind every bad situation we find ourselves in? This is Camazotz. That bad guy's been using command spells on servants like they were going out of style. Yeah, fine. I sold him the command spells in the first place since he wanted them so badly. How was I supposed to know he's gonna play pretend master like an idiot though? What did Camazotz sell for them? Has that ever been said? Maybe next time you'll think twice before giving every Thomas, Rico, and Javier that comes your way a trial. I don't know if I said those right. So, what do you make of Camazotz? He's great. Might be the strongest god of the Aztecs, but in this last bout, title of strongest goes to him. Playing with the command spells has playstated him for now. Once he runs out of toys, he'll show his true colors. I see. Should have no trouble getting past Chaldea. Now we just have to hope we don't run into Kukulkan. Don't worry about her. If we do encounter her, just means one of us will have to sacrifice himself. Oh wait, we're dealing with Kukulkan. Guess it'll have to be me. She's that last bout god, the Mauler or whatever, copied off proper human, right? A good match for her. She's inexperienced. Her brute force approach won't hold a candle to my expert evasion. Ah, yeah, there too. What's wrong, Gizkali? You've been glum for a while now. Getting motion sick or something? Since this is your first time in a car? No, I'm fine. I'm a little dizzy from taking in such unfamiliar surroundings. Please, never mind me. Didn't see any sense of Tlaloc when we left Mexico City. What is she up to? Like, obviously we're gonna run into her and fight her again. Like, we've got to find out what's, you know, her unknown identity. Her third ascension, I think it was a ponytail. Great Tezcatlipoca, do you know where she is? She hasn't come back, so she must have lost. You hate to see it? Sometimes that's just how it goes. So you're the only summoner to build your city, so her job's been done for a while now. I wonder, is there like a famous like founder of the Aztecs or something? I don't know. If it's, she built the city. I mean, you didn't make Mexico City yourself, Great Tezcatlipoca? I could have. She's a better fit for that terrain. Mexico City is a true, blue, proper human history style town. Even the name comes from its modern incarnation. It's originally a beautiful place called Mictlan, the Lake of the Moon, a water-top floating city that served as the Aztec kingdom's capital where they worship two gods. Nothing like the chicken eats that the Danos built based on the old congruent Aztec capital. Beautiful Mictlan. Ah! Hisao! He's having a heart attack! What, still feeling dizzy? Hang in there. Not much longer to the bottom stratum. You've already made it this far, Kali. Don't let all that time, effort, and fighting go to waste now. I know. My life exists solely for the anger rooted in my soul. I feel like for this scene with Kadak to have any meaning, you know, obviously one of these three have to like die or something, right? It obviously have to be Kali. Huh? And all three of them died. The end. What's going on, Cryptor? We're under attack. Hang on tight. Oh, CG. Ooh, baby. Nice one, David. Where do you learn to drive like that? Were you a stunt driver in Hollywood or something? Fortunately, I only attended an online driving school. You still like movies? I haven't watched one in years. Who do you think David's favorite movie is? Alright, we're past the minefield. Luckily, our suspension is still intact. But what? Now we have a divine spirit servant up ahead to deal with. Wait, is Coin's got... Oh, we're... She's... Is there second or third ascension? Is there third? I still don't know the lore of this. I need to finish Tunguska. Welcome to my humble domain, God of War. The minefield is just the tip of the iceberg. Got plenty more explosives where that came from. Now that I formed a magical energy connection with both Kadak and Goredolf, there are no limits to what I can do. This is either a new song, or I'm guessing this is a song in Tunguska. Behold, become an almighty god of weaponry. This desert will be your grave. You've been warned. Like you've got a weapon goddess. Is a friend of yours? Never seen her before. This sucks though. I don't see any way I could win. I see. The deck is calling, get out of here. As long as you make it there, nothing else matters. Got it. Later, master. Is it David saying me in? Like, obviously he's strong, right? Just, you know, I thought Q would make it to Ord. Although, I mean, I find it unlikely he dies here. Although I would really love it if Kadak was the one who finished him off. Or like, friendship talked him or something, although I doubt that. But you let your servant go out ahead and nearly blew yourself up trying to hit me with a kamikaze attack. I hate you. Who wrote that pun? Who was it? Isn't that the opposite of what you should be doing? Why aren't you letting your servant do the fighting here? Any normal human master would send their servant to the front line while they escaped. Surprised to hear a disciple of the foreign god, like someone who enjoyed playing the part of one, lecturing me on how to be human. Then again, seems you're on Chaldea's side. Especially impressed to see that Kadak formed a contract with you, even if only temporarily. It's just to supply a beast candidate with not one, but two magical energy connections. Can't muster any surprise at this point. Humans really do walk on our razor's edge. They'll always do whatever they can, no matter how dangerous, with full understanding of what will happen. Uh-oh. Oh. She doesn't like that. Wait, do you think his last name is Void because he has void magic? Oh, I would hate Nasu if we did that. they're past the 400-meter mark. I think he's even better off at off-road driving than I am. We need to do something before they break through our traps. Hold on, I'm gonna go after them. No, wait. Didn't expect the minefield would be enough to stop them. Counting on Kolinskaya to finish the job. Her contracts in the Shadow Borders reserves. She's got a ton of magical energy to work with. Right now, she's as strong as a Divine Spirits get. Better off staying out of her way. Fair point. She'd rather sort of feel bad about a bit of friendly fire. In fact, I dare say she'd even relish it. Two people just got out of the car. Looks like Tezcatlipoca needs Kali. Run him over! David's staying? Is he actually planning to ram Kolinskaya? Oh, look at her go! She just blew their car to smithereens without even batting an eye. David got out by the skin of his teeth, but got this thing in the bag. No lone mage can handle the demonic minx alone without a servant's help. Goredolf doesn't know. Bringing the Shadow Border had some lupus. First we'll take David captive, then it'll be Tezcatlipoca's turn. Yeah, sounds good. Get anti-beast spells laid out in place behind Kolinskaya. We shouldn't have any trouble tracking Tezcatlipoca down, but we really do it? Just like that? Expecting them to put up more of a fight. What's with these readings? Foundation of Humanity value doesn't seem to fluctuate like this. Gadok! Sit down and strap in. It'll enhance your body and protect yourself with everything you've got. Oh no, they're dead. Gadok Shinda? Oh. That's not good. It's a Chaos Child visual effect. A delusion just ended. They actually use a very similar effect with like a, but it's more like a TV turning up, like an old, like, was it a CRT that did that, or some kind of TV did that? Anyway, I guess we're leaving that on a cliffhanger for now. Probably go back to that next chapter. I'll be back next time for the 4th Underworld finally. we spent like what, 30-40 minutes in the chapter called the 4th Underworld, not in the 4th Underworld. But yeah, I imagine next time we fight Camazotz and Needlecris goes alter and has to stay behind. Gonna suck. But anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.